14th at 3:30 p.m. So I'd like to call this meeting to order. And we'll do roll call. Chairperson Mary Lou Ulloa, present. Vice Chairperson Harshdeep Nada.
Present.
Commissioner Henry Anye.
Present.
Secretary Angela Bianchini.
Present.
Okay, so if we'll stand to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Angela, do we have any guests?
We do not, but let me just check that email one more time. I do not have any guests or comments.
Okay, so if we'll review the minutes so that we can approve the minutes from the December 3rd, 2020 meeting.
All right, motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting.
I second the motion.
All in favor of approving the minutes from the December 3rd, 2020 meeting?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. The minutes were approved. So I have no report. We're on item 7, Chairperson's report. I do not have a report. And now we'll move on to Secretary's report.
Did we approve the agenda for today's meeting?
Oh, thank you, Harshik. No, we skipped over agenda.
No problem.
Yes, if we'll review the agenda, we do need to approve today's agenda for today's meeting.
Sure. So I can make a motion to approve today's agenda.
I second that motion.
Okay, all in favor of approving our agenda for today's meeting, January 14th?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. Okay, Angela, now your report.
Hello, everyone. So right now, everything is pretty much business as usual as we return from break. I think the big question, or the big what everyone's waiting for, is whether or not we'll return to in-person this year, and if so, when. And we still don't have an answer for that, as you can imagine, with the numbers on the rise. And then I know we have the message from the governor, which is trying to get us back as soon as possible in February, but then also just trying to meet all of those components and put a safety plan together. We still have plexiglass being installed. We still have signs that are going up and being installed. So we still have a lot of work that's in progress. And so I think we're waiting to see how soon our plan gets developed, and then also working with the unions in terms of when we would be going back. And so as of right now, we don't have a return date. And I'm sure there'll be more discussion on that at the next board meeting on the 20th, which you all have access to watch as well, and see and hear those discussions. So we'll just keep moving along until we know more. And I will continue to just keep updating you as I have new information.
So Angela, on the surveys that are being sent out to the parents about their feelings about their children returning to school, what's the feeling that the district is getting, the percentage of parents that want their kids going back?
You know, we sent a survey early on, and honestly, I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it was well divided, but I think we're at a new time that even if we couldn't use the survey or the data that we have from back then, because so much has changed. I think when we sent that out, we were in a different tier and things were progressing, and it looked like, you know, we were on that course to go back, and now we're in a totally different tier again. And so I think that the plan is to survey staff, and I'm not sure if we're surveying families again, but certainly I don't know that the data would apply now.
No, I don't think it would. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think the UCs and the CSU system, they've announced that they've projected that classes would be in person again, starting in the fall. So
Oh,
we'll see how things go.
Was that Harshdeep? I missed it. Did you say the UC system?
The UC and the CSU system, they've announced that they're planning, at least that's the direction they're moving in, that they would open up classes on campus again this fall.
Okay. See, and I like that you're giving something more, a date that allows time for us to get there. I think.
Yeah.
I like that approach.
Yeah, at least you know what's coming, so you can plan accordingly, and then if change comes, then you can make adjustments. But at least having something in sight helps.
Yes. And we have no new business today.
Okay, so then we'll move on to item 10, other businesses in our agenda. And we have item A, working out of class. There's an attached list for reference, and this is for information. Are there questions?
no,
It looks good. Hey, Angela, so there are some faculty members who are still, are they still going to campus if they would like to use their classroom as a space to teach, etc.? So the school sites, are they still open, or is nobody on campus?
So the sites are open to staff, but not to the public.
Got
And
it.
so we have staff who go in as needed to be able to work 100% from home, go in and grab what you need when you need it. And then we have some staff who go in. I'm not sure about the teachers. I think they probably do the same thing, come and go as needed. The staff that are back to work are the SEIU staff who are maintaining the ground. I think if you recall, when they were off, we had a lot of vandalism, a lot of theft. And so we got them back on site, and they started with the buses and cleaning and with the sites and just bringing everything back up to where it was had left. And then we have IT, who is pretty frequently on site as well. Majority of the classified staff are working from home.
Got it. Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably what dictates why the working out of class is typically just shorter for the past few months, because kind of hard to work out of class.
Right. So you would probably the working out of class could be I know that we have one coming up in the office. Someone is going out of the country, and we're not using classified staff yet. So the recommendation is pull in someone from your office who already knows the work and pay them out of class. And so what we're trying to do is just any staff who are part-time to try and have them work either extra hours or to help fill in some of the areas where we need assistance. So we're not paying subs during this time.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, we've actually been able to manage with the bus drivers helping out in the custodial and the ops and area. That's helped out there. And then we were using the displaced staff to assist, and now we're on to using like part-time staff who can assist. So we've been able to manage as far, which is good for the district and the budget.
Right.
And then you have those staff members from Child Nutrition who are at the sites giving out lunches.
That's right. And so they also would have the possibility of working out of class. Sometimes we'll have a CNA one work as a 2, or someone work out of class as a cook or a baker. So you will see those as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to item 10B, eligibility list. We have 3. Number 1 for cook, 2 for district wellness lead, and 3 for gardener, 1. And this is an action item. So please review the list.
All right. Motion to approve item 10B, the eligibility lists 1 through 3.
I second the motion.
All in favor of approving the eligibility list 1 through 3?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. Okay, so we'll move on to item 10C, personnel actions, and this is for information only. Okay. Did everyone get a chance to review it?
Good.
No questions? Okay, then we'll move on to item 10E, which is the the recruitment report. And this is for information also. Are there any questions on the recruitment report? Okay, so if there's no questions, we'll move on to item 10E. It's the second reading to review the revised personnel commission rule. So we'll open up our attachment, or if you have it printed out.
So this one, if you recall, we had it on, I believe, back in October. And we did the first reading, and then we skipped it on the next meeting. And so now we're back again for the second reading. So you had an opportunity to look at it, but we didn't approve it just because the rules say that we have to have a first and second reading.
So this was basically just the pronoun changes, correct?
Yes.
Did you all have a chance to read through it?
Yes.
Yeah, if it's just the changes with the pronouns, and I've looked over it, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the second reading.
Okay,
And
I
second
motion to approve the second reading of the revised personnel commission rule. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passed. So this the personnel commission rule has been approved. Now we're on item 11, communications.
Could I ask just one question regarding the packet on page 5 of this document? It's not a pronoun change. But it states, let's see, on page 5, it was about the noon supervisors and that they're not part of the classified services.
Let me pull it up.
Exempt positions. When they went full-time, because they had the ruling, the state ruling was to go full-time, didn't they become classified employees?
I think they did. I think we,
Well, that was a while back, so I'm just posing a question.
let me look and see. I know that they did become part of the classified service, but I believe, I'm not 100% sure if they're still exempt. I'd have to go back and check,
Okay,
but we still pay them hourly.
right.
Okay.
It's just that this paragraph here says exemption position. It says that they are not part of the classified service. So I didn't know if that needs to be changed at some point, that's all. Or is it because they're hourly, so they're not?
But the instructional aides, the paraprofessionals, they're also hourly,
That's true. So-
unless that has changed. But I mean, but they were hourly.
Do you want to table it one more time and I can,
No, I think we should go ahead with those other changes because those are all pronoun changes. So that's fine. That was just a curiosity question.
you know what? I do remember thinking that as well. And
I just had a little note to ask about that, but it really doesn't affect what we're voting on because those are all pronoun changes.
you're right. That's true.
So we should go ahead with passing the pronoun changes. I just was out of curiosity wondering if that at some future date might need to be reworded or something. I don't know.
I guess another question, Angela, would be, I mean, if they were part of the classified service, they would be part of the union also, right? So do they belong to the union?
Well, so that was part of it, right? So the law said we had to either lay everyone off and notice them as subs, and we chose to convert the majority of staff to regular employees, and then those who weren't interested, we deemed them as subs. But we also did not place them into a unit because they didn't earn enough to pay into.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
piece about the exempt piece I need to look into. So I know they are employees now, whereas before they were not part of the classified service, but they are now considered permanent employees, and some of them are actually permanent now. And
Oh,
they have, like a due process right. They still have the regular rights as employees, but they're not part of the unit. So that brings up a good question.
okay, but it doesn't affect what we need to do today, though.
Right.
Just a curiosity question for me, so, okay.
So we're back to item 11 on communications. Are there
Right.
any other comments? No? Okay. So we'll move on to item 12. Our next regular meeting will be on February 4th, 2021 at 3:30 p.m. And I'd like to adjourn this meeting at 3:48 p.m.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Another